Okay, so we're going to go through the odd questions that we didn't get to in class today for mixed factoring. So this is just general problems here. So let's go ahead and look at these. So for number 1, this is a 2-term polynomial. We're going to take out the greatest common factor. So what is the greatest common factor of 28a squared b and 63b? And that is 7b. Once we take that out, that leaves us with 4a squared minus 9. This right here is a difference of squares, so we can factor that even further to 2a plus 3, 2a minus 3. And since we are writing our final answer, our GCF needs to go in front, and that is our answer. Now we're going to look at number 3. For number 3, we have a GCF of 3w, which will leave us with 15w to the 4th minus 1. Now, this here is not a difference of squares because 15 is not a perfect square. So we are done factoring from here. Question 4, that is 4 terms. We're going to factor by grouping. We're going to group the first 2, and we're going to group the last 2. When we group the first 2 questions, so when we group the first 2, take out a GCF of x squared, leaves us with x plus 3. When we group the second 2, we can take out a GCF of negative 5, which leaves us with x plus 3. From there, we take what's the same, which is x plus 3, and what's left over, x squared minus 5, and that is our answer. And then this, even though it has a square in it, a 5 is not a perfect square, so that is not a difference of squares. Number 7, our GCF is 6a, which leaves us with 4b plus 5c. And there is nothing else we can take out there, so that is our answer. Number 9, we do not have a GCF. There is nothing that can go into 8, 2, or negative 3. So we are just going to factor this trinomial like normal. We're going to look at our A term, which is 8. Our B term is 2, and our C term is negative 3. So we're going to worry about factoring this. And so we're going to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C, which is negative 24, and what adds to give us our B term, which is 2. The factors that can multiply to give you negative 24, but add to give you 2 is positive 6 and negative 4. And so this problem, our A is 8, so we cannot use our shortcuts, so we have to factor this by grouping. So we do 8m squared plus 6m minus 4m minus 3. Group the first 2, group the last 2. First 2's GCF is 2m, which leaves us with 4m plus 3. Our second 2's GCF, it starts with a negative, so we're going to take out a negative 1, and that just leaves us with 4m plus 3. So our part that's the same is 4m plus 3. Our part that's left over is 2m minus 1. And that is our answer. Now we're going to look at number 11. We can take out a GCF of 5xy. We take that out. We get x squared minus 1. This is a difference of squares, so we can factor that even further. What squares to give us x squared? X. What squares to give us 1? 1. Positive and negative to make a negative, and then we put our GCF out in front, and that is our answer. Number 13, this also does not have a greatest common factor, so we just have to find our A, B, and C. Our A is 9, our B is negative 12, our C is 4, and so we have to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C. 9 times 4 is 36. And we had to figure out what adds to give us negative 12. So if you were ever unsure of your factors, remember you can just list them out. We have 1 and 36, 2 and... Why did my mind just blank on what that was? 18. My goodness, I knew that. 3 and 12. 4 and 9, 6 and 6. So which combination of those can I use to get to 12? 6 and 6. And since we have to multiply to get a positive but add to get a negative, both of these will be negative 6. Again, we cannot use the shortcut, so we have to say 9y squared minus 6y minus 6y plus 4. Then we factor by grouping. Group the first two. Our GCF is 3y, which leaves us with 3y minus 2. Our GCF for the second two is going to be negative 2 because our first term is negative, so we pull that out and it leaves us with 3y minus 2. The part that is the same is 3y minus 2. The part that's left over is also 3y minus 2. And when you have the same thing being multiplied itself, that is the same thing as saying 3y minus 2 squared. And that is all of our mixed factoring questions.